Hello, everyone. Welcome to another live. I'm stumbling over my words because it's been quite some time since I've been doing the live thing. I'm back to the regular time slot, and today marks day two of the 100 days towards my retreat in Costa Rica. So I committed myself to make videos every single day for 100 days as I prep myself for the retreat that I'm going to be doing in Costa Rica. Now, yesterday, I made the public declaration that I am going to hold it on April 27th and on the 28th. And the reason why I did that is because when you commit yourself to a specific date and make it publicly known, you are more likely to actually reach the goal. And the reason for that is because we don't like to be embarrassed. We like to stick to our word. We don't want to come across as someone who doesn't stick to their word. So that's the first thing. And now I'm given 100 days to really whatever, to prepare to become the person I need to be, to come up with the exercises, come up with names, whatever it is. The truth is, I haven't even come up with a concrete name to what to call the retreat. And that's a thing. So many people are concerned about every single step before they actually commit into doing something. And a lot of it has to do with the fact of fear of failure. You feel like if you have every single detail of your plan mapped out, then you are less likely to fail. The truth is, no. The if you are 100% likely to fail if you don't do anything at all, which is most people. And I work with entrepreneurs all the time, and they are so concerned about their business name or the tagline or having the perfect marketing campaign before they launch something. You have to get the momentum going. And you know what? You figure out the how as you go along. You don't have to have every single step prepared yet. So I'm doing this 100 days as an example to show you guys that you don't have every single thing mapped out before you commit into doing something. You just have to commit a date and really think about something that's big and bold, something that could work towards, something that's outside of your comfort zone. If it's something that you know every single step from start to finish before you commit to it, it's too small of a goal. I think yesterday during the live chat, someone asked me, how do you not overestimate your goal? I think you should overestimate your goal. I think it should be, completely over your head. And yes, certain people will define goal and mission and vision differently. Um, I think all it is like I think we're capable of a lot more things than we like to give ourselves credit for. And one of the things is that you have to um, start to surround yourself with people who are bigger minded thinkers or big picture thinkers, is because when you don't, people might say, oh well, you're overestimating yourself. Who are you to do something like that? And I'm here to tell you that you should have big goals. It should feel scary for you. It should feel like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm doing this. There's a big potential that it could fail. There's a risk factor involved. Um, so go for it. So a couple of things that I am doing today is thinking about a name for it. I have a couple of ideas around it. My boyfriend and I were brainstorming certain names, and yesterday I was brainstorming certain names with Evan Carmichael as well because I was meeting with him. A couple of names I came up with like Life Upgrade, You 2.0, Vacation for the Soul. Also, certain things like intentional living, something along the lines like that's the name that Evan and I came up with yesterday because I believe that we should live with an intention. Every single morning when you wake up, you should have an intention of how your day is going to go. I think a lot of people are just kind of wake up in the morning, react, or you're living for someone else's expectations and you don't really have intentions. And so something like that, maybe intentional living, live with Lily. I don't know. I don't really have a name yet, but I think maybe by the end of the day, I will have some sort of clarity around what name I want to use. But it doesn't really matter. I'm still going to go ahead with it because I don't have a name. I don't have a curriculum done yet. I don't know what the exercises are. So every single day I'm going to work towards it, and I will share with you guys what I am doing as well. So at this point, I'm going to go over the chat to see what you guys have got. I see a couple of people in the chat. Don't be shy. If you have any questions, please let me know. I would love to answer them for you. That's the reason why I show up here every single day, because I do want to answer your questions. So we got Debbie Ortiz and Liz saying hello. Nice to see you, ladies. Thank you so much for joining me. Ladies, if you have any questions, please write in the comments. If you have any comments about what I should name my retreat, please let me know. I would love to hear some feedback. I don't really I don't really have anything specific in mind. I just have a couple of brainstorming ideas. To give you ladies a little bit more context in case if you are joining me right now or people are joining me a little bit later, is I am going to be doing a retreat in April. On April 27th and 28th. So it's only going to be 2 days in Costa Rica. The way I'm envisioning this happening is that we're all going to be living together. It's going to be limited to only up to 10 people, because I really want to spend time with every single person in the 2 days and really kind of lead you through the process of discovering who you are, going through certain exercises to kind of release old stories. And also, I want to work on your businesses. I work with entrepreneurs, and I want to be able to help you create a business that has purpose, that has meaning for you. That's something that gets you all fired up every single day that you can work on. So that's how I'm envisioning the retreat to go, and I'm going to be incorporating a lot of physical activities as well. And so I'm going to be I'm going to be going to Costa Rica in March to scout up certain areas that I want to hold a retreat in. I envision a waterfall hike. I envision, a jungle hike. I envision us doing movement exercises. I envision us meditating in nature. I envision us cooking together and forming a bond together. I envision us just doing a lot of amazing things. So if you guys could throw certain names at me, I would love to find out. Or if there's something that you guys want to talk about, let me know as well. I'm going to be here for the next little while. All right. Well, we have Don James, Sammy. Nice to see you. Hello from Thailand to Singapore. I was just in Cambodia recently, and it is absolutely a beautiful, beautiful place. We only went to Siem Reap, which is the which is where all the temples are. So it was really beautiful. Okay, so Debbie Ortiz is saying my mother-in-law is from Costa Rica. Oh, nice. Yeah, that's right, because last name like Ortiz is Latin. Oh, nice. Where in Costa Rica is she from? I would love to find out. And also, I do want to give you guys a little bit of context of why Costa Rica is such an important place for me, why I chose Costa Rica over any other country. Is in 2011, I decided to make a change in my life. So 2011 was a year that I decided to stop smoking because I used to be an ongoing smoker. Hold on. Guys, if you're still in the chat, let me know if you can still see me because I saw the little wheel thing on my computer. Hopefully my internet is holding up. So I wanted to give you guys some context about Costa Rica, why it's so important. I decided to make a lot of changes in 2011 because I was just tired of living the way I was. I wasn't very healthy. I was smoking. I was drinking. I had an unhealthy lifestyle. My face was breaking out constantly. I was wearing a lot of makeup. I didn't feel good in my own skin. So in 2011, I decided one day to just quit smoking. Just stop. That's it. And leading up to that point, I have tried like different ways of doing it. I've tried like nicotine gum. I've tried so many different ways. I wasn't able to quit smoking at all because I was thinking, I'm like, oh, maybe I'll just inch my way closer. So, but one day I was like, you know what? It's a disgusting habit. I don't want to smoke anymore. This is not representative of who I am. I want to be a healthy woman. I believe in healthy living. I believe in loving yourself fully. And someone who loves herself fully will not be smoking. So one day, that's it. I just stopped smoking one day in 2011. And alongside, because I felt like drinking alcohol triggered me wanting to smoke, so I stopped drinking too. So those 2 things I stopped, and then my face was constantly breaking out because I mean, my face is prone to acne, it's always been. I decided that, you know what? I'm just gonna stop wearing makeup. Just stop it, because I felt like I was just, like, piling on crap on my face to hide something. So I decided that I'm just gonna stop wearing makeup, and it was really hard for me. And I know we have some ladies in the chat, and I know we have some gentlemen as well. I don't know how you ladies feel about makeup, but for me, I worked in the fashion industry. It was a mask that I would put on because I had such bad skin. And also another thing that I loved doing was covering up how tired I was because I lived my life in like constant busyness that made me very tired. So I decided, like, you know what, I'm gonna stop wearing makeup. And I did. And and it's hard in the beginning because people are so used to you looking a certain way. So when you completely stop wearing makeup, I look like a different human being to everybody around me. And people started asking me the questions like, oh, are you okay? Are you feeling okay? Is there things wrong with you? And it was hard in the beginning. And but you know what? It took about a week and people just kind of got used to the way I looked. And that's the thing. When we are making changes in our lives and we have so much belief in ourselves, but then we start to come across different people who are not used to your new change because in their head they have to recalibrate how they think about you. And it's not comfortable for people. You're asking them to, change the patterns in their brain. But you know what? Within a couple of days or a week, people get used to you the way you are right now. So I think if you are concerned to change because you're afraid that what people will think of you, most people forget within a couple of days, and this becomes a new normal for you. Anyway, and this was around it. And then also that year, I decided to go to Costa Rica, and I think it's one of the most beautiful places in the world. It is the most I believe, is the most biodiverse country in the world. You have mountains, you got volcanoes, you got the cloud forest, you got the beach, you got all beautiful animals, you have birds, you have all sorts of things. And I think that's when I really connected with myself and my journey into personal development started around that time. And I just became very healthy. I started dancing more, I started eating healthier, I just started valuing myself more. So that's why I decided that I'm going to do it in that place where everything began for me, and I want to make that place where everything begins for you. All right. Okay. So I'm going to read a couple of comments here and questions as well. Okay. So Liz is saying, how do you focus on your goals and stop caring about what people think? Oh, there you go. Liz J, I think I kind of went into it, but I'll go into a little bit more as well. Um, I think a couple of things and stop caring about what people think. I think what you need to do is you need to make a declaration to yourself, take responsibility for it, and really just whatever your goal is, right? For me, is right now, my goal is 100 days to Costa Rica. So I have to do whatever I can to make that happen. Now, the first thing is like make that happen in a good way, like not from like a weird manipulative place either, because that could happen as well. And I do want to make note of that. Um, Make a declaration to yourself. That's one thing. The second thing is you don't have to tell everybody what you're up to either, right? I choose to do that. I choose to tell people about my goals and everything because I have an amazing community. I have you guys. I know whatever it is that I'm doing, it will be supported by all of you. You know, you will give me feedback. You will give me different things that I can work with. So it's very helpful for me to constantly engage with all of you and talk to you about my goals. Now, if I was in a very toxic environment, I probably wouldn't want to share my goals with those people because number one, it's a complete waste of time, right? Because what are they going to help me with? And number two is like they're probably going to drag you down. They're probably going to make you feel like crap. Like, oh, what makes you think you could do something like that? You know, if I was in the environment that I was in, 10 years ago, I wouldn't be able to share my goals because people will think I'm silly and I shouldn't be doing something like this. I should get a 9 to 5 job. I should, stay in my comfortable little zone and not do anything. So, first is declaring that this is something you want to do, and second is not sharing all your goals with people. And also, another thing too is number three is understand that you are different from everybody else. If your goals are bigger than the people around you, they just can't see what you're seeing. They just can't. And as much as you try to get them to see what you're seeing, it's just not going to work. Right. So there's really no point in you asking for validation from people who are not seeing things at your level. And I know it might sound harsh because maybe some of those people are your very close friends and family. It could be someone that you live with, but that's the truth. I think we try to convince people who don't, who can't see from through our lens, and it's not your job to really convince them that what you're doing is right. So hopefully that helps you a little bit more. I would love to find out more about your goals as well. What are some of the things that you are doing that you feel like you might care too much about what people are thinking? All right. Okay, so Debbie Ortiz is saying, all right, you guys can see me. Awesome. Good. Um, that's how I stop eating sugar. Yeah. You just make the decision. One day you're going to stop doing something. I think a lot of people are like slowly inching the way. It's like, oh, well, it takes time. I've been smoking for 35 years. It's going to take me 60 years to quit. No, you make the decision and you do it, right? I think it's our brain. There is the Dr. Joe Dispenza was talking about this patient that he had, a guy that was smoking for many many years. I don't like probably like 30 somewhat years, right? And and one day Dr. Joe Dispenza just said, hey, I don't like this thing that I'm seeing in this X-ray near your lung. That could kill you. You need to stop smoking. And the guy just said, "Yep, all right, done." And that was the last time he smoked. See, it's making the unshakable commitment that you are going to do something for yourself and just sticking to it versus, doing things little by little, inching your way. So it can be done. So awesome. And sugar is extremely addictive. Very addictive. It's as addictive as cocaine. So good for you, Debbie. I love it. All right, so Debbie's like, I wear natural makeup. I do have rosacea, so I wear like, yeah, it's awesome. I think makeup is beautiful. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And there are times that I was wearing makeup as well. I just really wanted to clear my skin, and I wanted to be in a place that I didn't use as a mask. I use it as something as that enhanced me. So if I do wear, I'm not saying I actually threw out my makeup because my makeup went bad. I haven't used it in 6 months. Um, but I think it's like women look beautiful either way, right? Not to say that you have to be one way or the other. So wonderful. I love it. Okay, so yeah, Gabe Ramirez, nice to see you. Thank you so much. Love your videos. Thank you for the love. As much as you're loving the videos, I'm going to continue making them. So thank you. Liz J is saying, thank you, Lily. I care about improving my spirituality and not overthinking too much. Exactly. So this is your challenge, Liz J. Not overthinking is caring. When you overthink, you're caring too much about what people think, right? So, and I know it's like, I'm sitting here saying like, "Oh, stop caring about what people think," and you're like, "Yeah, yeah, that's true." But you may not embody it right away. So what you want to do is just take little steps towards it. Make goals, make a big giant goal or vision statement or mission, whatever you want to call it. In my head, I think they're all the same. I don't really want to like define it and get all confusing about it. But certain people do categorize them differently. Make a big goal for yourself and then break it down. Like what I'm doing, right? I have this big goal. I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to do Costa Rica in 2019 on April 27th in 2008. It seems like such a big deal. And it is. But when I break it down to 100 days, right? Every day I'm going to do something towards it. So one day, like today, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try to finalize the name for it. So that way I could call it something versus just saying a retreat. It has to be something. Good. So I do that. And then that gives me a little bit more confidence. And then I do something else. Right. So yes, your goal might be a big thing, but chunk it down. So for you, you're saying that I want to improve my spirituality, not overthinking too much. So what are some of the things that you can do today? Like, what are some things that you can do to improve your spirituality? Is it, I don't know what exactly you mean by spirituality. Is it praying? Is it meditation? Is it connecting with yourself? Is it going for a nature walk? Is it, connecting with people who are also spiritual? What does that look like for you? So just break it down a little bit more and take one step towards it today. So Liz, please write it down. I would love it. Okay, so Debbie Ortiz is saying she's from Cartago, Costa Rica. Okay, I'm gonna look that up. I have a client who lives in La Paz, Costa Rica, so I might be visiting her as well. Clifford Starks, nice to see you. Thank you so much for stopping by, Clifford. Gabriel Ramirez is saying it's hard at first. It gets easier when you start not to care of the negative opinions of others and follow your dreams. Yes, agreed. Yeah, you know, it's true. It is hard, and you hear everybody talk about, like, stop caring about the judgment of others, but the reality is you need to experience it. You need to experience not caring about the judgment of others. So little steps will help you get there. Okay, so Liz J is saying, I'm Christian, so building my relationship with God. Awesome. Okay, so what does that look like? Do you wake up in the morning and the first thing you do is pray to God every single day? Is that something that you are doing or you have been doing? And and just every day, I you know, I'm a spiritual person, and I grew up Catholic, and I used to do a lot of prayers. Like now, I don't directly pray to God, but like that's my own belief system. But I do get in touch with myself, and I do believe in the universe. So God, universe, I think is interchangeable depending on what you believe in. So, okay, so yes, that's one of my goals. All right. So, Liz, amazing. So, if that's your goal and you want to be spiritual and you want to build your relationship with God, so every single day, the first thing you do, you wake up and you pray, whatever you want to pray. I have a client who is also has a very strong Christian faith, and what she does is every morning she wakes up and she prays to God, and she she thanks God for three things that she's grateful for that day. So that's one of the things that she does because she wants to be thankful. And, and it kind of came from a place that she was saying that, um, it seemed like every time in the past, when I used to pray to God, it was around like in dire situations where I really needed his help. But I don't want that anymore because I actually want to be grateful and I appreciate the things I have. So we switched it up, and then now she talks about the three things that she's grateful for. So maybe that would help you, Liz J. It's awesome. Any way that you could build relationships with yourself, with a higher power, something that would help you move forward and be the best version of yourself is extremely important. When I started building my own spirituality and connecting with myself, that's when a lot of these things start showing up for me. As a coach, it's important for me to be connected with myself constantly because the more connected you are with yourself, the more connected you are with other people. It's when you feel disconnected with yourself, that's when you feel like you're not present for people. You're easily frustrated, all of that. So start your day that way. And I'll be back tomorrow. So let me know how things go too. All right. Yes, I agree. Yes, that's one of my goals. Awesome. Okay. All right, guys. Well, it's almost 7 o'clock. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'll be back for another live at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Guys, I am going to Mexico in February 9th, and I'll be there February 11th. Yeah, it takes me 3 days to get there because I live in Thailand right now. Anyway, um, so I will be changing the time slot all over again, but I will let you guys know way ahead of time. I do love this engagement. If you guys have any ideas in what I should name my retreat, judging by the way I've been describing it, please give me some feedback. I would love to find out from you guys. And tomorrow, hopefully, I would have a little bit more clarity around it as well. Okay, so thank you so much. Thank you, Debbie. Thank you, Liz. Thank you, Gabe. Thank you, Don Sammy. And did I get everybody? I think I got everybody. Oh, Clifford Stark also showed up. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will be back tomorrow. Take care, guys. Bye.